Welcome back to OT Sports. Today we got our America East Conference Tournament predictions. We're doing all 32 college basketball conferences right here on this channel. So if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe and turn on the noties to make sure you don't miss out on any of our videos. By the end of the day today, we'll be over halfway done, I believe, with conference tournament predictions. And yeah, the good conferences all start next week. As always, my Discord next to the link to the description. You can join that, you can follow that, whatever you'd like to do. But let's take a look at this conference's brackets. So they got 8 seeds here. They reseed them after the quarterfinals, and then they play it out from there. So starting off at the top, we got Vermont, the defending champion. And it feels like they've been on top of this conference for the past, for at least the past 5 years. But in recent history, it's been a lot of Vermonts coming out of this conference. UMBC did make it and did upset a 1 seed. But that was maybe 7-8 years ago now. So Vermont, like I said, they are kind of the team far and away ahead of the rest of this conference. They're taking on Albany in the first round, and Albany is actually a sneaky team. They are ranked 6th in adjusted tempo in KenPom, so they're one of the fastest paced teams in the country. They have just outside the top 200 in offense. But it's unfortunate they got matched up with Vermont in the first round. Vermont's at 150 in offense and 58 in defense. They're 25 and 6. They're 99th overall in KenPom. I gotta go with Vermont here. But Albany, if they were maybe a 7 or a 6 seed, I could definitely see them making a run to the title game. They just got an unfortunate matchup here playing the best team in this conference. Moving down to the 4 versus 5 matchup, we got the 5 seed Binghamton. I believe that's how you say it. Binghamton is taking on New Hampshire, and this one I kind of went back and forth on. I wasn't really too sure who I was going with here. I did end up going with New Hampshire. Binghamton is actually a lot higher than them in KenPom. They're actually a lot lower than them in KenPom. Binghamton is all the way down at 275. New Hampshire at 260. Binghamton just not a great offense, not a great defense. There's nothing that really stands out about them. New Hampshire has a pretty good defense, and they actually are one of the fastest paced teams in the country as well. So I will go with New Hampshire to make it to the semifinals. Looking at the 2 versus 7, UMass Lowell taking on UMBC. Now UMass Lowell is actually a pretty good team. They're 20 and 9. They have again, they're one of the fastest paced teams in the country. This conference has got a lot of teams that like to play fast. UMass Lowell 164th in offense, 159th in defense. I do think they can get it done over UMBC. UMBC is the lowest ranked team in terms of efficiency in this conference, but they're the 7th fastest paced team in the country. So, like I said, I don't know what it is. This conference really likes to play fast. But I will go with UMass Lowell here. And then 3 versus 6, Bryant taking on Maine. Maine is pretty low here in KenPom at 215 overall. But they do have the 85th overall defense. I am going to go with Bryant, though. Bryant's been pretty good this season, and they're a really similar team to Maine. I just like their offense a little bit better, and they are the third in tempo. So, again, another team up high in adjusted tempo in KenPom. I don't know what it is about this conference, but it seems like all these teams are near the top of the country in tempo, which is a little weird. But it is what it is. Bryant at 101 in offense, 283 in at 101 in defense, 283 in offense. Maine is a little bit higher actually in defense, but they are quite a bit lower in offense. So I will go with Bryant. I think they're overall the better team. Taking a look back at the top 1 versus 4, we got Vermont taking on New Hampshire, and I am going to go with Vermont. I don't think New Hampshire really stands a chance here. Like I said, Vermont's really just been running away with this conference this season. And New Hampshire is all the way down at 260 overall in KenPom. Again, they are one of the fastest teams in the country at 24th in tempo, but I am going to go with Vermont. I just think they're overall better, and I think they're defense will be able to slow them down enough to get it done. UMass Lowell taking on Bryant. And this one I went back and forth on, but both these teams like to play fast. But I think Bryant's defense could actually help them here. They're going to slow down UMass Lowell and make them, play a little bit off their game. And, UMass Lowell doesn't have a great defense, so I think Bryant will be able to play fast like how they usually do. And I think they can slow down UMass Lowell. So I am going to go with Bryant to move on to the championship game in this conference. But ultimately, I think it's Vermont's tournament to lose. They just look like by far the best team. Like I said, they've really had a strong grip on this conference for the past, in recent memory. And yeah, I think they'll get it done once again. I just don't see a team better than Vermont here. Vermont's the only team in this conference positive overall in KenPom besides UMass Lowell, but they are barely. Vermont is 99th overall. The next closest team is UMass Lowell at 152. Bryant being all the way down at 179. I don't see it. I think Vermont might struggle a little bit, but I mean, a lot of these teams like to play fast, but Vermont's defense is so good where I think they'll just be able to shut them down, and they won't really be able to get any transition points going. I don't know. I really like Vermont's matchup, honestly, and against all these teams in this conference, and I think they're a really good team. They are a scary team to play in the tournament. I think if they get in, they'll probably be a 13 or 14 seed, so we could potentially see an upset from them there. So definitely you're going to want to tune into these games. They should be pretty interesting. But yeah, I am going to go with Vermont to punch their ticket to March Madness. So yeah, that's going to do it for the America East Conference Tournament predictions. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure you go down there, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Like I said, all 32 college basketball conference tournament predictions right here on this channel. Make sure you turn on the noties to make sure you don't miss out on whenever we post new ones, because we're doing 3 a day. We're doing 2 after this one today. Those should be up shortly, and we got plenty of good conferences already uploaded and ready for you to watch. And like I said, next week it's only going to continue and get better with the good conferences. So hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you guys in a little bit with the Southland Conference Tournament predictions. Hope you guys enjoyed this one.